talking about Nintendo, Pokemon Day's coming up.
Oh yeah,
That's true. That's true.
Very excited.
Yeah. Any wish listers? Anything on your mind?
Gen 5 remakes, please.
That's
Oh
next
my
in line,
God.
right?
Please.
I hope it's not another Brilliant Diamond though and Shining Pearl. Ooh.
Another Legends game, please.
Oh yes, please.
Wow.
I hope it's not another Pokemon Z, as in they think it's so predictable that they decide to not do it at all.
That's so true.
Am I going insane, or wasn't like Pokemon Z actually supposed to come out?
It was.
No,
I
no.
think it was rumored, but it never did.
It was supposed to come out,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Hey guys, that's actually really predictable. We really, stuck to this formula of releasing 2 games that are kind of similar, and then a
Yeah.
third, better, enhanced version.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, which Generation 6 desperately needed,
Yes.
let's just skip to
Yeah.
Gen 7.
Wow.
Yeah, I know in Gen
think-
5 they did. Oh my bad.
So no, like
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like I think Gen 6 kind of got disrespected in my opinion. It was kind of like a revolutionary in terms of like, oh, we're gonna start releasing stuff, mainline games on the 3DS. But it was like, no, they just after like a few years of that, they skipped it entirely. They moved on to Gen 7.
No, that is so true. Like Gen 6 was probably my entry point mainly into Pokemon.
Mhm.
I played like a very small bit of like Soul Silver on the DS,
Oh yeah.
but I wasn't too much of a Pokemon fan until Gen 6.
Mhm.
And easiest game, baby game. It desperately needed, as Gerald said, the just something to spice it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are plenty of areas and unexplained lore
Mhm.
pieces,
Oh, yeah, that was a
as
big
well
thing.
as just not enough difficulty curves in the game. Like Gen 7, the Ultra games are kind of divisive because they don't change the base games in the same ways that enhanced versions typically do.
Mhm.
They actively change like the plot and the story
Yeah.
in some ways that people don't like. But what you can give them credit for is having fantastically difficult and challenging boss fights.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Totem Pokemon, Ultra Necrozma, even certain of Trial Captains are just so much stronger than the base game versions because now they have the full roster of Pokemon instead of just the Gen 7 Pokedex.
Yeah.
Gen 6 did not have that, and unfortunately for them, that really hampers a lot of the perception that the community has with those games.
Yeah.
Another thing is the post game for Pokemon also is super important, and I think it's been lacking for the most part in a chunk of the games, especially during that time.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Me as a casual Pokemon fan, haven't really beaten many of the Pokemon games.
That's true.
I think
I'm on the same boat.
like Scarlet and Violet. It's been such a slog
It's been
to get
rough.
through for
It's
me.
been rough.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to contest Ryan on that point, though. I think that Gen 6's post-game was really good. It's probably one of the better aspects of the games.
It was the looker stuff, right?
You had the Looker side quest.
Yes.
You had the Ultra... Oh, no, that is Gen 7.
No, that's Evan.
No,
all the
you're
right.
ultra stuff is Gen 7.
You know what? You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, yeah,
Exactly.
Gen 6 and Looker. So the Ultra Wormhole
No,
stuff...
that was
no,
the
you're
that
right.
was the sequel to the Gen 6 post game.
Yeah.
Was never explained why they were even there.
Yeah,
But
Gen
if we're-
6...
so if we're gonna go back to like predictions, I just want to clarify. I do want Gen 5 remakes. What I don't want is a chibi Gen 5 remake.
Yeah, like Shining
Pearl
and Brilliant Diamond.
I touched
yeah.
that game like once or twice, beat it, and never touched it again.
They didn't add anything.
They didn't
to
add
it.
anything. They just
It was
they
the
literally
same
just
game, just
remade
easier.
the whole entire game. It was insane.
They somehow made it easier though.
They
That's the
made you
craziest
pay-
part.
Yeah, because I heard it's a
$60.
pretty hard game. It's one of the longer Pokemon games to actually complete. It's like
Yeah, I don't know.
$60 just to buy
Also-
a game that you owned like 10 years ago.
yes.
Yeah.
Also,
so true.
here's here's a question I had for myself here. If they are going to remake Gen 5,
Mm-hmm.
would they remake the original or would they remake Black or White too?
Ooh, I think if they do, they would have to have an option because the stories are so vastly
So they make
different.
they make 4 different games.
No. I think they would just have 2 games, and then they would be like a route split or something like that. I don't know.
Or that might be room for DLC.
Yeah, DLC also, if the end story for DLC or whatever.
I think they have the opportunity to do the coolest thing, which, as you said, because the 2 games have like similar but like different enough
There's
storylines.
so much plot deviation at a point.
And there already did exist a kind of time. They had some time travel shenanigans going on in Black and White 2, where you can view events from the previous games.
Yes.
And in Scarlet and Violet, we just straight up have time travel.
Yeah,
proper.
that's a big thing.
So
yeah.
I think having a Gen 5 remake where you time travel across the past of Unova and the future of Unova would be very, very cool.
Ooh.
that does
I
sound
like,
cool.
I like what you're thinking actually.
And
That's
it could go
actually
into the Legends game.
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
Celebi.
Oh, my
Huron,
God.
bro. No, I'd rather.
No, seeing the Origin Dragon and like
That'd be
that'd be
sick.
so cool.
Imagine
Hear me out.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Real quick. The past would focus on the Origin Dragon. The future on Genesect-esque bio Pokemon.
Ooh, that's so
sick,
cool.
yeah.
I've played plenty of fan games.
We're
that are
cooking
like
for
that
Pokemon
too.
right now, bro.
You know,
We're
that's
cooking,
actually
we're
pretty cool
cooking.
though.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my
We're
god.
cooking. We're cooking.
Man. Man.
Man, indeed.
Man.
So true.
Man.
Dusty,
I lost
so
my-
true.
I lost
So
my
many
Pokemon
men.
son.
So many men.
So many men.
Yeah, I lost my Pokemon son when I
so we
was
got
young.
the that's what we want, but the inevitable for Pokemon is going to be their updates on like their mobile games like Masters,
Oh, yeah.
EX,
Yeah.
Go.
100%.
Which if we're gonna go on topic of Pokemon Pogo, it's like they had their like little Pokemon Go event with all the Origin Pokemon, with all Legend and stuff. I never got my shiny. I never got my 4-star Origin. but
Damn,
it's
elbows.
sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's really sad. I've spent like I don't know. Never mind. All right.
Yeah, you don't need to say.
I don't need to say nothing about that.
Okay, but last time they did throw us a curveball with the Detective Pikachu stuff.
True.
I'm saying Pokemon Rangers, Pokemon Conquest,
I
they're
don't know about
on
Ranger.
the table.
Oh my God, Pokemon Rangers.
I want Ranger,
and Rangers. I played all 2 of the 3 games. Oh my God, they were so good, dude. The stories, so good.
I gotta download it on my 3DS.
It's so good.
Imagine Pokemon Rangers functioning like Legends Arceus. In like an overworld,
That would actually be
like
kinda
dangerous Pokemon world-esque situation,
cool.
Yeah.
dodging and weaving between attacks to
No.
like tame them.
No, that's so
Yeah.
true.
Do we want to talk about the one we were talking about earlier, Conquest 2?
Pokemon Conquest.
I never got to play it personally. I
As-
wanted to, but I
Isn't
never
that just
got to.
Fire Emblem? But
It is a
Pokemon.
Fire Emblem Tactics Ogre-esque Pokemon game
Yeah.
where
Awesome.
you are in feudal Japan version of Pokemon and you are a warlord and you are trying to conquer all of Sinnoh.
Okay.
And you collect the legendaries and everything because obviously the big bad.
That's
I
true.
think he had Giratina.
Listen,
I don't remember.
I want Pokemon Conquest 2. I've never played the first one.
Oh
but
my
that's
God.
because
Am I
they
the only one that
didn't-
played it?
They didn't sell me on it.
Or you
I
know
was
what'd be
like
cool?
13, 14.
Yeah, I think it
I
was cool
didn't
just to
sell them
remaster
at
it or
first, but
something
then
like
I've played it.
We'll give you that
Damn,
one
this
slip, we'll give you
game
that one
good.
Game.
Game.
Game good.
Yeah.
Damn, game
Pokemon
good.
Just a game.
Conquest.
Game.
Just a game.
Look, I've played Final Fantasy Tactics. That's the only tactics game I can get into. But
I was play-
Pokemon.
Yeah, it's
Pokemon
just
Tactics
Pokemon.
kinda
It's
sounds
so
pretty
good. I would recommend.